Is alive. It's like I'm not gonna do that. I want nobody come and try to jump on me, and I had to give him out. You know what I'm saying? But I had to get back on here because, honey, how about I watched my own video and I realized there was no sound. Like my edge is gone, honey. I ain't messing with that. Got to be real no more, man. Hold up, the kid got hair now, y'all. It's just I had tried a new method, ain't work. Guess I ain't never was the baby hair girl. I tried it. Anyway, I had to get back on here because I watched my own video and I realized that thing ain't had nails bit of sound after about 5 or 10 minutes. So I'm back. Now I just want to make sure that everybody understands that I'm a super fan. Okay. Back in the day, my uncle Yogi, my aunt Uncle Honey, that's what he used to call me. I mean, that's what I used to call him. Him and Miss Evan from Baltimore, honey. Sportsmen, Buns. If you know about it, you know about it. One of the children in Baltimore, you know about it. You knew him. Miss Yogi, Miss Evan, Miss Queenie. Okay. J.R., aka Jazzy Rhonda. Okay. Like if you knew, you knew. All right. And that's how I first got my introduction, to ballroom, what it was, what Vogue it was. The first time I seen Yogi in that goddamn royal purple, damn double breasted suit, and he was hitting it, that old way shit going off. And I was like, oh my God. And he just like rumbled his hands over top of his head and took it back. And it was like, damn, man. I was like, wow. And I got to go. I was still young. They still used to talk shit. Like one time, Yogi was like, she called me, and then I was like, I did not cuss at you. He was like, you looked at me like that's what you wanted to say. And my little meanness was like, and I did. you know, that was our relationship. We loved each other, but he wasn't going to let me just do what I wanted to do. And one day I was out thinking I was cute, strolling along by myself, and he caught me, him and Evan, and he was like, oh, you coming with us? And that was my first introduction. And when I saw the girls, oh my God, they were so glamorous. Now, mind you, I'm a straight woman, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, they ain't got nothing. And then when I saw the show enough girls, I was like, whoa, I had to get up on my shit. After that, I wore heels every day. I had my first 12 inches of Milky Way installed immediately. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was like, they ain't about to outwoman me. I'm on my woman. I wasn't playing. I put my clothes on. But I had to get on here because Sound had left my situation early, and then I didn't quite, wasn't quite able to get my situation out or say everything I had to say. The sound was gone. So what I was saying in my last video was pretty much I wanted to give people that did have love for the icon Yolanda, people that did have love for her, like myself, that's not like associated with her family, don't live in the New York area, and just give them somewhere where they could come and post up on the wall or just watch something that's not shady. Because a few people acted out of shade. Some people who have platforms is not saying nothing at all because they wasn't on good terms with this person, or and they knew everybody knew it, which is sad because just because you and a person have a effed up moment don't mean it wasn't love there, don't mean that you wasn't in the heat of your moment, you know what I'm saying, and might have said or did some things that you might not have normally done. You might not have normally carried on that way. But in this particular situation, because Yolanda left, this plane, went on to the plane of spirit, and she's no longer here. Like, I know that, it's a lot of girls that was real catty and shady with her. And she was a real, that come along with the territory. When you that bitch, you catty, you shady, it is what it is. And my my self, where I was a real bitch, I would just be like, bow down. Just respect the fact that this person is who they are, and let them be in their lane, and let them learn from their situation, and let them grow. But what if they didn't let you grow from the beginning? What if they, had your back at one point and applauded you, when you was this and that and the third, and then they were the same ones that fucking brought you down? What if that's what happened? From what I can see, that's what happened. Like, they chewed her up and spit her out. And like I said, it's not a platform to bash anybody, that had an issue with her, because like I said earlier, she had to die with it. But the ones that really did her wrong gotta live with it. They gotta walk around and know that that girl really wasn't playing, that they could have, reached out or whatever. Sometimes people, pride won't let them accept your help. I had an uncle that passed away, froze to death outside, because he refused to knock on any of our door. He didn't want anybody to know that he was homeless. He didn't want anybody to know his struggle. So he died before he would knock on the door. So I understand, that some people, this, that, and the third. And when he passed away, everybody was like, matter of fact, no, this is cousins, my grandfather's cousin. Everybody was like, cousin Benny died of pride. He was just too proud, whatever, whatever. But I feel like he was mentally ill. If you won't accept help that you clearly need, and you feel like that help is more of a hindrance, then I felt like he was mentally ill. I felt like he needed help, and nobody was offering the help that he needed. So he felt like he needed to end it all. And he did. He stayed outside. It was like below zero in Baltimore at the time. And he passed away. And that was that. One thing that I definitely wanted to say, aside from anything else, when we have people that suffer from any type of mental illness, we have to understand that this person might not want our help, but I want everybody to just learn from this situation. Or any of the girls that watch this, hey Silky Black, any of the girls that watch this this video, I want to know that kindness costs nothing. And just because you might think that someone struggle, it might be more serious than what you thought it was. Because this young lady was suffering, and she wasn't suffering in silence. All up and down her Facebook wall, you can see where she was reaching out. She was being vocal. She was, coming out of her mouth and saying, I just want to die. She made like a death announcement last month, like January 19th. And it's crazy, a month later, she's gone. So she definitely was crying out for help. She definitely was reaching out, but I guess, wow, your sister name is Yolanda Jordan. That's crazy. Well, my favorite vulgar, her name was Yolanda Jordan, and she passed away a couple of days ago. And I'm pretty much talking about it because I had love for the sister, and she was just really beautiful, and she had it hard. She had it hard. And it's like, when you're dealing with mental illness, everybody always think that you playing, or you trying to get attention, or you just want people to feel bad for you, or you just acting out, when it's not that. Sometimes it really is I feel like the world would be better without me. I don't feel like I'm making the contributions that God put me here to put out. I'm I'm tired of feeling sad. I'm tired of feeling defeated. I'm tired of feeling like I did everything wrong and I'm getting the short end of the stick. That's it. And she really did it. I don't know the details. I don't even really want to know out of respect. Like, it's already bad enough that people know in the manner of her death, which was suicide. Exactly, Silky. Everybody need to talk to somebody sometimes. Life is hard. It don't come with directions. We come out here, you know, going through the black struggle. We always try to be so strong for our families and strong for everybody around us. You know, all the women, the men, that we try to be strong for everybody. And just us in general, us as humans, try to be strong for everybody else. Honey, Silky, let me tell you, when I was 19, I took poison and tried to take myself out of here. A lot of people, when I got there, was like, what are you doing here? Because they thought that I worked there. I guess I looked really normal, but I was somebody that was suffering really bad from depression. I was somebody that was angry with my life, angry with my past, angry with everything. Went from anger to being sad. So I went from being volatile, fighting and drinking and all of that. I went from that to, okay, I don't want to hurt anybody else. I don't want to hurt anymore. I'm tired of fighting with everybody. I just want to go. When you're depressed, that seems like a real way out, a real solution. And if in that moment you don't have that aha moment, or God don't bring you through it like he brought me through, you know, yeah, you should, Silky, because it's a lot of people out here hurting. And one thing that I understand like about the gay community, the trans community, is that it's gotta be hard. I can't speak from experience, but it's gotta be hard to walk up to the bat and already have all of those strikes against you. You black, you black, you gay, you want to, you're trans to a woman. People already have their stigmas on that. Another thing that I think is really, really sad is that, like, the HIV AIDS ratio, and it's still spreading, and the numbers are still high. So it's still people out here in 2019 not giving for real. I didn't know, Silky. Dang, thanks for freaking telling me. See, you ain't even tell me. That's what I'm talking about. Think you know a guy. Think you know somebody. It's like, I'm joking with you, but you still my baby. But it's gotta be hard walking up to the bat like that. Like, I commend you, Silky, for living in your truth. There's a lot of people that scared of what everybody gonna say and go to the grave with secrets like that instead of living in their truth. And people will respect you more if you just say, look, this what it is with me. I put in all of my time. I was a mom, or I was a dad, or I was a son, or whatever. I put in all of my years doing that. Now I'm going to put my time to me being happy. I commend anybody that's walking in their truth. And it take a brave person, because usually you lose everything around you. Everybody around you turn their back on you or reject you. So you literally got to go out here and hustle to eat. I'm not too old, not to. I was the. Wow. That's sad. That's what I'm saying. People will force you to be that way because they want you to be the typical black woman, 2 baby daddies, 2 baby daddies, 1 child. You know how I go. Everybody's supposed to fit in that box. Every dude's supposed to be masculine or bust you up top your head. out here destroying the community at large. And that's what some women think is masculinity, when it's not. Because a real man is going to build the community up. A real man is going to keep people together. A real man is going to keep order. And it ain't no order out here, because everybody for self. And it's going to take some people to stand up. Like I said, I commend anybody walking in their truth, that's not hiding behind their sexuality, that's not hiding behind, various things. Like, you just out with it. Like, look, this what it is with me. Second coffee today, gotta get it. Somebody that's like walking in their truth and just like, here goes nothing. And the icon did that at a very young age. So at that age where you supposed to be like getting ready, going through puberty, going through all of these things, the icon had to go through puberty and all of that, and also had to go through transition into a female as well. That's hard work, because a lot of your natural feelings you can't honor. You're judged so harshly. You have to be strong to live this life. I can see, because automatically people just assume, and then throw the book at you, throw the Bible at you, throw the Quran at you, throw at the Torah, throw everything at, just throw them away, when only God can judge. Only the Creator can judge. And you never know, these people might be in a better position than you on the day of judgment, because they did what God said do. They loved, they gave, they were kind, they was good to their neighbor, they didn't commit adultery, they didn't fornicate. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot, you never know. But one thing we can't do is pass judgment on the next one. We got to understand we have more similarities than weaknesses. LOL, delete that. Delete what? Oh. I'ma delete it. I got you. Got your back. But it's like, why is it that we can't find a common ground and love one another? I don't care what community it is. Like, why all the hate? Why all the anger? Why so mean? Why? What is that for? How does that help us? How does that further anything? It really is being mean to the next person really gonna get us somewhere? I don't think it's gonna get us anywhere. I think it's pointless. I think that's pointless. And I feel like everybody need to wake the hell up. Everybody need to wake up now. Because this girl just now left the world, man. Like, she was like, fuck this life, I'm done. And all over, like, the Facebooks and all of that, there's some people, they being respectful. They saying, sleep in peace. And the people that, witnessed it from the sideline, like me, and people that witnessed it from the close-up, like other people, they going in. They like, like I said, certain people better not never get on there and say, they can't even mourn. They can't even make a mistake and say rest in peace. They can't even make a mistake and say anything about it, because motherfuckers is going to chew them up and spit them out. Because when that person was alive, they wasn't so kind to them. Another thing I gotta say, I seen one post where somebody said something, well, at least they gave her flowers, they gave her icon status. Y'all didn't give her nothing. She fucking worked for that. Nobody gave her icon status. She worked her ass off for that. She was the goddamn greatest wonder. She fucking paved the way for all of the new girls doing all of the shit that they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was the first one to do it. And the first thing, like I said, I seen a lot of performers that I love have shady ass moments with her, say shady ass shit to her, say shady ass shit about her, And then I've seen some people that I look up to go to her, try to understand her. You know what I'm saying? And like, but I seen more shady than I seen kind. And it's so damn sad because, man, it's fucked up to be able to know like that the things that people said to her or said about her really got to her to the point where she was just like, nah, I don't want to do this no more. And she left. She checked. She rolled up out of here. She left. She got tired of it. She said the world was ugly. And her and her brother committed suicide earlier, like late last year. And like after her brother passed away, like I noticed on Facebook that she was putting like a lot of sad things. She was putting things, real sad stuff. She was like, you know, it's so like one live she did that I watched, and like I threw up hearts in there. She was like, oh, I love to see hearts or whatever. And I was like, I love you or whatever. I was like, I love you, you my favorite. And she was like, oh, thank you. You know, she's very you know, she was very humble. But then somebody jumped on there right after me and was talking about her mental illness and talking about this and talking about that. And then she had a flashback and she was like, you know, my gay mother really didn't like me that much and blah blah blah. I don't know how much of that is true and how much of that is you know, some people got like BPD, borderline personality disorder. You know, I don't know what her mental illness was. I know one of them had to been, you know, depression. But sometimes, you know, we, you know, look at the next person objectively instead of subjectively, instead of understanding. Because, you know, if we say we love someone, love is understanding. So if I say I love you, that means I understand you and I accept you, no matter what that is. So people need to really watch that when they say love her. If you didn't understand her, or if you didn't take the time to try to understand her, there's no way possible that you could have loved her, because love is understanding. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Black? Love is understanding. If I tell you I love you, that means I know your walk, and I don't care what nobody say. You just still the sugar honey iced tea to me, and nobody can change my mind about that. I feel how I feel, and everybody wasn't like that to this girl. Some people was just bad. They was nasty towards her. And it's videos where she voguing on the floor and somebody, I mean, and I was shocked because this girl could vogue really good. Like, she worldwide known. And Yolanda was doing her vogue and Yolanda was going in. And she damn pushed her. Just pushed out the goddamn boom for nothing. And Yolanda apparently wasn't no fighter, you know, because she just was kept on voguing, kept on doing her. Like, I ain't gonna worry about that. And it's a lot of moments like that, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, she was voguing on the floor, and the other one, like I said, worldwide, got accolades from all over the world, was threatened by Yolanda Vogue and just like shoved her, you know, on the floor. And again, I'm not saying that that person is a bad person. I'm not saying that that person didn't care for. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying that somebody on the outside looking into the scene, I feel like a lot of y'all didn't treat her so well. She didn't feel love. Therefore, she didn't feel understanding from you all. And I feel like you all should be in the know of understanding, because you all know her walk. You might not have transitioned as young as she did, and that maybe that's why I feel like she should have had so much more support, because she did start that life so young, and she didn't get to find out what it was like to just be, you know, just be. She was being who other people wanted her to be, and she was a beauty. Can you imagine have to dumb down your light just so the next person can shine, or they gonna fucking attack you? And you couldn't dumb her down, because this was the blonde bombshell. She was gorgeous, silky. Okay? Wasn't nothing hard about this thing. This thing was cunt. pussy, darling. Okay? Couldn't look at this person and clock them and say, oh, that's a dude. Mm-mm. This was a gorge. Early 40s, real young. Like she was, if she was like 14 in the early 90s. Like she was very young. She was very young. Like she just now hit like 40, maybe. She was very, very young. And everybody wasn't nice to her. And that's something that bothered me. Like every time I get offline, I forget something I said or something like that, or I forget, and I jump right back on there. Like it's just something eating at me about the situation, just making me angry. Because like I just know sometimes you have, ill conversations with somebody, and then that person gone, and you like, damn, they didn't know that I love them. Well, if you really love them, they do know, because love is understanding. And they understand that you was just being fucked up, and they was just being fucked up at that moment. But if it wasn't that, and you genuinely didn't give a damn, then let that be known too. Don't hide. Just, I have a girlfriend named Melissa in Baltimore. But we was at freshman year in school. One of our neighbors was murdered. He was my classmate. And he was murdered by another one of our classmates. And when he passed away, like they had known each other their whole lives. I had moved around there maybe like 2 years before that. So I knew him like in the 8th grade year, beginning of freshman year. And I know him, visiting and things like that. But they knew him, like I said, long before me. So when he was murdered, my girlfriend was like, I did not like him. He did not like me. I'm not gonna say good things about him that he's, because he's deceased. But I will say that it's messed up that happened to him. Mind you, we was young, but my girlfriend had that much humility in her heart to be able to go up in her head and make sense of it. And she said, we didn't like each other, but I still didn't wish for him to be murdered. And I respected that. I respect her to this day for her view on that, because she could have easily said the stuff that they used to say to each other when she was alive, and they used to be real nasty with each other. And she knew that him and I were friends. And she used to always say, how could you be friends with him? And you're my friend. And we done been down through there together. We walked to school together almost every day. But he my neighbor. I met him before I even moved around there. I mean, I could not be. That's just never been me. Like, I'm not going to not like this person because you don't like that person. I know I got to have my own experiences. I know people she like that I don't damn like. So that worked both ways when you got people, when you dealing with humans. One thing that I never liked about people is that people can be judgmental and be mean and not care that the next person have their own hurt, their own heartache and pain, and be like, fuck them. So what? I'm going through shit too. They ain't the only one. Okay, but maybe your situation will get better because mercy is given where mercy is shown. Like, I just want everybody to open their eyes, man. This didn't have to happen. It didn't have to happen. But anyway, I gotta make sure that I read 15 minutes with my kid and finish, my dinner situation, because it got to be ready in an hour. And if you ain't catch it from the beginning, just run it back. Basically, what I said, throughout the video is we got to learn how to love each other and be more understanding. Love is understanding. We have to be, when we say we love someone, when we say we care for someone on that deep a level, we are saying that we understand and that we accept in spite of whatever that person's flaws may be. And we have to love each other on that level. Because if we don't, we're going to have moments like this where someone leaves the world and we're just standing there like in shock, because we know we saw the warning signs. We know this. We knew that this person was not behaving like a normal person, but because this person suffered from mental illness and will always have breakdowns and put certain things online, it was like, oh well, she just doing that again. And then this time it really was what, it really happened. So lastly, I want to say, may the icon, legendary femme queen, dramatics, Yolanda JOURDAN, may she rest in perfect peace. May she find the peace that she could not find on this side. Hopefully she is with her maker, and may, my condolences to her family. I'm not in New York. I'm not going to be in New York or anything like that, so I won't be able to attend anything, but I send my love to you all. I'm sorry for, all of her friends and family. Like, I'm sorry for you guys' loss. I didn't know her personally, but from what I saw, she was a beautiful person, and may she rest in perfect peace. Everybody, have a great evening. Love those that love you. Stay positive, stay peaceful, stay beautiful, stay you. You don't have to do this or do that to be accepted. Just be, and people will come to you and be attracted to you and love you for you. Be your authentic self. If that's not enough for the next person, fuck them. Y'all have a great evening. Peace.